Oh man, it's been a rough day. I think it's time to fix up the car that we had brought in from this customer. He had to do a restoration job on it and everything, so guess we'll get started on that. I don't know where Cliff is. I guess he went home for the day, left the door open in the paint shop. Can't close the door. Dang it, Cliff. Alright. Well, I guess I'll get started working on this customer's car. I guess it said it's his grandfather's in the backyard. He got the car and he wants to bring it back to classic form. Yeah, complete restoration job. This thing is just completely shot. So it looks like that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to make quite a bit of money fixing this old heap up. So I guess I can get started just taking the body parts off so I can get these fixed up here later. I wish Cliff was here. It would be really helpful able to get this done, you know. So we're supposed to work as a team up in here, but I guess it's my shop, so I guess I'm the boss. I gotta get the work coming in and get the jobs done, so it's all up to me. Alright, so we got the parts off of here. What should I work on next? Should probably get this thing completely torn apart before I can work on the frame. This old drive shaft out of here, get the starter out. This is going to be a wonderful car once I get done with this. It's going to look amazing. Customer's going to be blown away when I get done with this. It's going to look so good. Alright. Wow. I think I can get the engine out of here now. Why am I talking to myself? I don't know. I guess Cliff's not here, so I guess that's what I'm doing. Whatever. Huh, I guess there's some oil still in this car. Well, that's a good sign. Maybe the motor's not too bad. Let's get this old oil out of here. Yeah, that's pretty dirty old oil. Yeesh, this thing's been sitting a long time, probably like 30 years in this backyard. Alright, pull this engine out now. There we go. Let's get all these little pieces and stuff out of here as well. We'll get the engine on the stand. See how bad shape this thing is. It doesn't look too good. Yeah, well, I guess it's time to get the rest of these parts out of the car. Tear out the suspension and everything so we can get to the frame and get it done. You know what? I should start a TV show with my mechanic shop. I've seen other people do it. Wouldn't be a bad idea, I think. Definitely got some personalities in this shop, that's for sure. Along with Cliff and Angela and Jacob. Guy's a hard-working guy that wears that hunting baseball cap. You know, the typical guy. You guys know what I'm talking about. There I go again, talking to myself. What? It's not like somebody's watching me right now. I'm not like recording myself doing this. This is real life. Me working in my shop, earning money, restoring old cars. It's been my dream to do this my entire life, and here I am doing it. Yeah. It's weird things you think about when you're restoring a car. You just get into the groove, listening to the music, and fixing up the car. This horrible suspension out of here. Maybe I can fix some of these parts. It's going to be a lot of work getting these parts fixed up, that's for sure. Maybe I can salvage some of these pieces and parts so I don't have to buy all of them. Although the customer is going to be paying for it, but the less I spend on the car, the more profit I'm going to make off of it. So that's kind of how it works. Right. Woo. That's a lot of work. So rusty and dirty over here in this car. Things like so dirty. I had to clean out rat turds and stuff in the interior and stuff. That's what I'm going to have to do next. That's usually a typical thing on these cars sitting in a field in the barns. They have like rat nests and stuff in them. It's going to be nasty trying to clean this thing up. Got rust falling out. Good thing I got protective goggles on or glasses, so I'm not getting all this rust in my eyes. This thing is so beat up and weathered from sitting out in the backyard. The customer is going to be super happy once this is done. It's going to be brand new. I won't even know what to think about it, because this whole car is pretty much just shot. It needs a complete restoration job. And that's what I do here in my shop. You know what was really fun to work on is that Dodge Charger over there. They're going to be using that in the next Fast and the Furious movie. It was a good experience to work on that car. So they're going to be picking that up pretty soon for the movie, I think. And then it'll be back in here for me to repair it once they damage it, probably. So it's usually what they do in that movie. That's why I'm making the big bucks. Working on movies. Right. Okay, let's get this interior out of here as well. Stuff's pretty much beat up, I think. This thing's gonna be immaculate when it's completed and done. Yeah, that's pretty much everything it looks like. Alright, so let's get this welding underway. And I'm pretty sure my welding job is gonna be better than the Toyota Supras. Or the BMW Supras. I can't believe those guys can't even do weld jobs. I mean, look at me. Look at just, it's done. Perfect welding job. The frame is amazing. I don't know what those people at Toyota, I mean BMW and the Supras are doing, but pretty shitey work. So I'm not going to be getting me one of those cars. Glad I never did. I'll get the old version Toyota Supra, because it's a lot better. What am I doing? Oh yeah, that's right. I guess it's time to work on the engine. Then I can fix all the parts and put it all back together. It's already looking better. Got the frame fixed up. I guess Cliff's gonna miss out on the money on this one. He ain't working on it, so I guess I gotta save myself in labor. I'm doing it all myself, so it's all gonna be profit for me. Looks like he's missing out on building a car because he's using the I have kids excuse. Oh, I don't know. Some reason he's not here, so I don't drill him too much about it, so I don't ask what's going on. He needs a day off. I let him have the day off. He's a good worker, so just giving him crud, you know. It's always nice to work by yourself, you know. Get things done quicker. kind of work stuff out type of thing. Talk to the car and the motor if you want. Boy, these rockers sure take a long time to get out of this engines. It's the one thing I don't like about rebuilding an engine is the rockers and valve push rods. But once the car is done, the look on the customer's face will say it all. I will feel good about myself. I'll make some good money off of it as well. And the car will stay in the family. That'll make me feel good too. So. And then the car will be back because the kid will run it off the road. Slam it into a pole or something like that because can't handle the power of the car, the muscle car. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but hopefully the kid will take care of it. I guess if he does damage it, then I got more work and pay with the car as well, so I guess it's a benefit to me. So maybe the kid does need to be stupid and I can get more work because I'm a crooked mechanic and I'm all about money and making as much as possible doing these restoration jobs and doing it as cheaply as possible so I can make the most profit out of these customers as I possibly can, because that's what I do in this type of business. What you got to do, right? Although Scotty Kilmer is kind of stealing a lot of my business. He's always honest about everything he's talking about with cars. But maybe he's not being truthful. Who knows? He could be just making stuff up too. Just how us mechanics are. We're just crooked like that. We're just trying to make money. Exploit people's non-knowledge about cars. Because that's what we do. I'm so glad this is not being recorded or filmed or anything like that. Then people would actually know how crooked I am. I would no longer get any more customers. Pretty sure a lot of these parts are not going to be able to be reused. This is a lot of work to be doing. I better get a lot of pay for this. Better be worth it. I'll make like 20-30 grand off this car fixing it up probably, so it's definitely going to be in my interest. I'm going to like pay the mortgage a little bit. I'm sure the wife will want to take a big shopping spree or something with it and stuff, and then I'll have to restore another car just so I can pay the credit card that she used for it. That's how she is. Can't live with them, huh, guy? That's for sure. Alright, so finally done. Let's fix these parts up as best we can. Maybe we can save some money off this car, make a bigger profit. Oh, we're damaging parts already, dang it. Why am I saying we? It's just me right now. What am I talking about? This is real life mechanic shop rebuild restoration. We're doing pretty good. Yeah, that's right, baby. Work with me, engine. That's it. Work it. Work it. Give me that block. Oh, yeah. Yeah, honey. That's how it's gonna work. That block up in there. Yeah, that's right. Pretty much saved everything. I would like to put these pistons back in, but that'd be a pretty bad job. And I am a dishonest mechanic, but I just can't rightly put bad pistons in there, so I'm going to buy some new ones here. Okay, let me get some pistons here. Just knock these pistons in there nice and smooth. Make sure the job's done right, so they're not wondering what's going on if the engine doesn't run correctly. I need to make sure it runs good. So they'll come back and use the shop again if they need anything else done or work on this engine. Got to keep the customers happy. Just telling myself that so that way I don't cut any corners. Sure is quiet in this shop without any of the other workers in here. It's at least nice not having to listen to them bicker and stuff all the time. So it's kind of nice to be quiet in the shop for once. Just listen to music and restore an old classic. Oh, we don't want to do that. I thought I bought enough of those. Luckily I had a spare one laying around. Where's an oil filter? I know I've got one around here somewhere. Let's get that thrown on there. It'd be pretty bad if I was being cheap about the oil filter. Especially when this customer is spending so much to rebuild the car. And I was able to fix the block and the heads, so I'm saving quite a bit of money off of this rebuild. Even the exhaust manifolds are good. Yeah. Gonna make some good money off this car. Good to see it start up and everything and run after it's been sitting in the backyard for 30 years. Let's see. Yeah, we got that fixed. Retooled the carburetors and just fixed them up with a carburetor fixing kit. Rebuild it, basically. Yeah, we're getting a lot of good stuff off of this car here. Probably need a new distributor ignition as well. I'm glad I have these clips, because sometimes it kind of ruins the rebuild when I don't have those clips or anything. Kind of stops the whole project. Good that I have those laying around. I wonder what she's got cooking for dinner tonight. Hopefully some steak or something. Mashed potato. Baked potato would be good. Or something. Heck, we can just go out to the Sizzler or something. I don't care. Just want some steak tonight. It definitely sounds good. Boy, this car is going to be quite the beauty once this thing's done. I'll be jealous. And probably get some new pulleys too. If I'm fixing this thing up this nice, may as well get it completely done. They're going to be super happy with it. I'll get more customers, feedback and stuff, and have them coming back regularly. So need to do a good job on this one. Can't be a crooked mechanic on this build at all. Gotta show my skills. Woo, man, it's been taking a couple of days to build this engine. This thing was quite the masterpiece of horrible rust when I got it, so only took me a couple of days to get it back into pretty good shape. Glad all the parts showed up and they are the right ones, and I didn't have to return anything back because they gave me the wrong part, which is pretty typical when you're trying to rebuild a car or fix one. You usually get the wrong parts. Looks like the parts guys are doing a pretty good job at the shop. Not messing up orders like they usually do. It's getting lucky with this car, it looks like. Right, that's that side. You know what? That's a lot of work doing those valve rods and push rods. Rockers. I'm going to take a break for a second. Let's go up here, crack a beer, watch some TV, that kind of thing. Alright, well I wasted about an hour. I guess I can head back over, finish up the rest of this engine, get these final touches done to it. thing all fixed up. I think the customer's going to be happy. It only took me a couple of days to get this thing all fixed up and back together. I have to break this engine in, I think. Gotta throw it in the dyno. Make sure this thing's running correctly before I hand it over to the customer. Guess I'm getting old. Not like I used to be. Taking me a while to even get these spark plugs in there. Those wires are just tore up. I need to get some new ones. Do not look good at all. There we go, that's better. Took a while to find that air filter, man. Those things are tough to find. Alright. Looking pretty good there. Things back together. Let's install it in the car. Ah, look at that. It's coming together right there, that's for sure. So I'll hook up all the stuff to it, make sure the car runs. And the engine's good to go before we bother with the body parts and stuff like that. Make sure I put this engine together correctly, there's not any issues. Things of that nature. Yeah, that radiator's pretty shot. Glad I have such good delivery service when I get these parts and stuff. That battery's pretty much done. Charge that thing up, it might actually work. Give it a shot though, I guess. And let's see, what else do we need here? What am I missing? Should have put the frame in here. Just got the engine hanging from the ceiling. Keep it from falling through the car here. Need to get frame, the front suspension, so I can actually put the motor mounts on it and then actually let the engine down onto the frame itself. Always different frames on these cars, so I need this one. Alright, let's get these bushings in here. And we'll put in the motor mounts as well. Alright, so that engine, I can just lower it onto the suspension or the frame, and I got the motor mounts in there. Let's just tighten them up over here. Put these motor mounts on there. Alright, now we're good. Looking snazzy. We're getting there. Let's test this thing out, make sure it's running correctly. Make sure that motor's good before we even go any further. That fuel tank's pretty much shot. I think I'm going to get a new one. Going to do a full restoration on this car. No cutting corners on this one. Alright. Might need to put the exhaust on here. I'm not sure if that'll work without it. Let's get some oil in here. See if this thing will start up. I don't know if it'll run. Moment of truth right here. Let's see, oh, that's right. I definitely need to get the gearbox in there and the starter before I can start this thing. Because the car does need a starter if it wants to run. That flywheel's no good, and then we got a new one. Get all the clutch pieces as well. Those are probably pretty shot. Guess I did manage to fix that pressure plate. Or the clutch plate. I did fix the gearbox, so we'll put that on there too. Keep saying we. I don't know what I'm talking about. There's nobody here but me. Very strange that I've been doing that. Maybe I should go to the therapist. Get myself checked out. I don't think that's okay. All of a sudden my voice is changing as well. I don't know what's up with that either. That's right, we need that on there if we're going to do that. Let's see if we can start this up. Might need an exhaust. I think I might actually need the exhaust, but I think we need a seat in here to even sit down. Boy, those seats are just horrible. Alright, let's see if she'll fire up. Nope, nothing. Looks like... See, I got oil, I got the radiator, I got a starter in there. We just need the exhaust. I'm going to put the old exhaust in there and just make sure it runs before I even deal with buying new exhaust parts and stuff. So I'm going to make sure we do this right. That should do it. It'd be horrible exhaust, but and make sure this thing's gonna run. Still not running. What are we missing here? We got a starter on it. Got the engine together. Got oil in it. We got the clips as well. We got the radiator. And we got the fuel pump, and apparently we're missing the battery. That would explain why it's not running at all. Ha, good thing nobody saw that. That would have been horrible. Alright, come on baby, start up. Oh yeah, there it is. It's running. The engine's good to go. Hehe. That's great. Get that seat out of there. I swear my voice has changed. I don't know what's going on. I think I got something lodged in my throat right now. Ah, there we go. That's better. I don't know what was going on there. Apparently I got something lodged in my throat. Started talking all weird. But we'll have to continue our build, or my build with the shop. That's weird. The fuel tank's going through the body of the car. I might have to cut a hole just to make sure that fits correctly, but yeah. Let's see, what do we have? Suspension parts. I guess we did fix those things, so we'll have to work on that next. Alright, I think I need to clear my throat. Ah, that's better. Sounded like Richard Nixon a little bit or something like that. I don't know what's going on with my throat. I think I'm catching a cold while I'm working on this car and all this rust that's in this old car. Finish up fixing this car and get done so I can take a break. It's been several days I've been working on this car. Been quite the project. This thing was pretty much completely gone. I was able to salvage a few parts out of it. Still need some extra parts though that I haven't ordered yet. Luckily, Amazon Prime gets it to me just a quick second. With those drones, those things are amazing. It's just right here. Magically. There I go, going Richard Nixon again. My throat. Going, different voices. My throat is not clear. I don't know what's going on. This is a weird sickness and cold that I'm getting. I don't know what to do. Ah, that's better. So much coughing and sickness going on. Just want to get this car done. I can go take a break, go see my wife. Like, relax, have a good time. These strange voices keep happening. I don't know what's going on. Need some springs. Ah, there we go. That's what happens when you work too long on a car and restoration job for several days. You kind of go loony. Start talking like weird people. That's what happens in real life. You get weird and goofy when you haven't had your coffee. Where is the coffee machine? I swore it was supposed to be in here, but it's no longer. Well, I guess it's in my office. I just haven't been in there forever. I've been just sleeping out on the floor since I've been working on this car. It's almost like it's my car. Like I own it. It's going to be mine. I'll take it away from the customer. So I'm now a criminal. Always been one as a mechanic, but I never saw my true potential till just now. Alright, I think I'm getting into that tired, goofy stage. That's what happens. You work on a classic car for a long time with rust. It gives you asbestos and you start acting weird. That's what the disease asbestos does. It takes your sanity and makes you go crazy and goofy. That's what happens. That's why you gotta stay away from it. I'm telling you, stay away from asbestos. It's not good for you. It makes you speak in weird languages and sounds. Not so much languages, but weird voices. That's what happens. Mechanics lose their mind. I'm one of the slowest mechanics there is, but I like to do a good quality job. So I've gone from a crooked mechanic to an honest one in such a short time. I've grown so much working on this car for several days. Just the nature of the beast. I'm definitely getting a discount for those bushings because I'm ordering them in huge clumps like that. Well, we are almost done. About time I get this sucker done. Oh, there's my voice pack. Yeah, there it is. Guess I'm almost done with the car, so my voice came back again. Yay. It's me again. In my wonderful shop for cars. We've got left as the exhaust. It's got the specialty exhaust on it. I might restore my own car after this. Go to the junkyard and find one. This has been a lot of fun. Working through all my anger and heat and putting it all into this wonderful car. This customer doesn't know how lucky they have it. Alright. Now we finally have the suspension done. Or at least I do. Because I'm doing the work. Yes. I don't know if I have any body parts. Were they all destroyed? Let me just look through my inventory. See what there is. I swore I had body parts. Oh, they're all pretty much shot. Oh, horrible. Need to clean it all out. That's pretty much all I have left. Clean out all these parts I don't need. And we need, let's see, what size tires and rims? Oh, those are horrible. We're restoring this back to classic, but we're going to add some good rims and tires on this because our shop doesn't settle for cheap. And the customer's going to want it. Let's see, what rims should we put on here? I think I'm going to do these. Really get this car looking wonderful. Or good. I didn't mean wonderful, what am I saying? I'll go with these really nice tires. Alright, that should do it. Let's see, what color rim should I put on this car? I think he wanted to keep it black. I'm pretty sure. Let's make them chrome. Just keep the old style chrome wheels. Just keep that classic look. If he doesn't like it, we can fix it later. My voice is changing once again. I think I'm losing it. I am definitely losing my mind doing this car. It's taking so many days to fix it. I'm definitely losing my sanity. But it should look pretty good. Very nice chrome rims. Should be ecstatic. These are very expensive tires I'm putting on here. Just gonna give it that modern muscle car look. Now that we put a very nice suspension under there and everything. It's gonna be wonderful. There we go. Ooh, that looks nice. All right. I always forget how to spell chief. I might mess it up here. My spelling has not always been good, but I figured it out. Alright, that will definitely add money to that car. Let's get the rest of these tires on here. Very nice, okay. Looking pretty good right here. I don't know what's going on. I got some kind of sickness or cold. Just keeps changing the voice. Very strange. Don't know what's going on. But that looks good. All these body parts on here. Finish this customer's car as we completely restored. We're a legitimate shop now, restoring vehicles for customers that will be coming back to us over and over again to fix these classic cars. I'm gonna make buku bucks off of these cars that we restore as well. Alright, it's looking good. We definitely need to paint it. It's not going to look good like that. Doesn't look very professional if we don't paint the car. The customer wanted to keep it the same color. I was kind of thinking adding little Bandit, but I'm not sure if they're a fan of the show. We can add that to the paint later. I'll just keep it the normal black. Alright. Now that the car is running, let's put it in the dyno. Break in the engine a little bit and see what kind of power it's getting. It's going to probably have the normal power that it should have in it. Let's just make sure it's running correctly for the customer. It's so nice to see this thing running. Alright, let's give it some gas. Floor it. Alright, so it's got the power that it should have. Everything's good on this car. Customer's going to love it. That is for sure. Send it over here. Need to get some interior parts for it. Let's get its original seats just to keep it the way the customer wants. Although I would like to put better seats in it and everything, but it's what they prefer. Alright, well, it's all done. Looks like we got another satisfied customer. Let's make sure everything's done. Oh, we needed to spray with factory paint. It's very specific on that. Can't paint it the color that we put on it. I don't know why I put it in the dyno. I need to put it in the paint shop. Very specific. They wanted factory. Switch it to factory paint. We'll take it back out of the paint shop. It just gets a 2-for-1 paint job on that one because of my mess up. And our shop's out of California, so we're going to add the California plates for him. So he can literally just drive this out and it's ready and registered and ready to go. There we go. Very nice. Alright, well, we got one more satisfied customer. I'm gonna sell that. Give it back to the customer. We made a little bit of money off of it. And I don't know why I'm gonna say this, but if you guys like the video, definitely leave a like, definitely subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell and get notified when my videos are up midnight every day. Don't forget to check my description, my Patreon, my PayPal, and my new merch, t-shirts, hoodies, phone cases, and mugs. If you guys like the real life role play of Car Mechanic Simulator, let me know in the comments. See you guys in the next video.